This is from Look for Me in the Whirlwind, the collective autobiography of the Panther 21. Kuwasi at the time was a member of the Black Panther Party after he left the U.S. Army, and he was one of those who had been caught up in the conspiracy of the Panther 21. He was one of the ones who was imprisoned during that time period. He was one of the ones who would be acquitted of those false, trumped up charges. And afterwards, he would go underground to finish his work, the work that he had started out. But Kuwasi was also a tenant organizer. It's very important to understand that many of the folks in the Black Panther Party were doing organizing work either before they became Panthers or as they were in the Black Panther Party, dealing with the material conditions of Black people. And as a tenant organizer, it affected, just like the racism in the United States Army affected Kuwasi, seeing the conditions of our people also affected him. And so in this excerpt from the Look for Me in the Whirlwind, the collective autobiography of the Panther 21, he talks about how he found out, or he realized pretty quickly, that the court system protected slumlords. As he says, from the jump. And I found out early that a Black man in criminal court was doomed. I saw firsthand that the Brooklyn House of Detention was full of nothing but brothers and Latin brothers. The Queen 17 frame-up made my stomach turn, so I knew that all court bullshit was out. I also dug how the city government and the Creep Teachers Union tried to put a school in Brownsville, Brooklyn, out of action, taking control of the school away from the people in the area. I knew, regardless of American propaganda, that the Korean people had run across the 58th parallel and that the Vietnamese people were putting something on the real Charlie's ass. A lot of things totaled in my mind, mostly that this society puts property before people. Some sick motherfuckers are at the controls, and the very fate of humanity is at stake. Now, just this knowledge and no knowledge of how to deal with this shit has driven a lot of people crazy. Rap Brown influenced me more than anybody except for Malcolm. And by that time, I'd read Robert Williams' book Negroes with Guns and The Crusaders, which I studied along with Miles' Red Book. I decided that I wasn't doing enough, and I decided what I would be doing for the rest of my life. When I heard that Huey Newton had been involved in a shootout with two pigs and one had died, I thought I'd check this brother out, as he seemed to be a sure enough leader. And when the Panthers came to New York, I checked them out and found the 10-point program unquestionable, and the fact that it was community-based a good thing. Digging that the cadre believed that political power stems from the barrel of a gun made me feel instant kinship. So I joined and extended my energies and skills to the Black community and mankind through the party. Since then, I've been captured by the pigs, but have studied and acted to become a better man and a better revolutionary. I long to be on the streets with my people and elevate the struggle to a higher level and do whatever is necessary to bring this disgraceful period to an end. Now, this is in the late 60s as part of the Panther 21, where he writes this collective biography. You see his concern for humanity. You see his concern for the plight of the people. And even in that clip of the newscaster from the late 80s, he is begrudgingly still talking about Kuwasi's concern for the people. This is who this man was, not some bloodthirsty monster. Incidentally, a lot of times when we are reintroduced to our African traditions, a lot of times we are told that Ogun can be a very bloodthirsty hunter, soldier, warrior, etc. And again, that's something that I want to go into in a future Rootwork.